You know, I've been there before, and I've met a lot of business leaders in this position where they can't take a vacation. Now, they can take a vacation, but they can't take a vacation. I've met a lot of business leaders that can't stop working after 6 p.m. They can stop working after 6 p.m., but they can't stop working after 6 p.m. I know a lot of business leaders that can't carve out time to work on their business leadership in life. They can carve out the time, but they can't carve out the time. What is all of this alluding to? Well, it's alluding to a principle that there's a difference between having margin and experiencing margin. Let's start with what margin actually is. It's space that is designed and created to guard against overextension, right? Think about the margins on your paper. The margins are space on either side of your paper so that you don't run off the edge, right? The same is true of what our vacations, what our boundaries for our work time are supposed to be, and what strategic appointments are supposed to be for ourselves and for our team. It's boundaries put in place, it's guardrails put in place to guard against overextension. But why is it that so often we can establish those structures, we can establish those boundaries, we can have a day of rest, we can schedule a vacation, we can leave the office by 6 p.m., but we don't experience clarity, freedom, and peace as a result? Well, it's because just having the structure doesn't create the freedom. Because maybe you've been in this position too. You can go on a 2-week vacation, but if you don't change your heart and your mind and you just change your location to some fantastic destination, you're going to bring all the fear and worry and stress and anxiety with you. And so what's the antidote to that? How do we not just create the structure for margin, but actually create the heart posture necessary to experience margin? I think that the answer lies in exploring and practicing contentment. But that word contentment can be a little bit of a funny one, especially for highly driven business leaders. And I think it's because we often confuse contentment with complacency. What is complacency? Complacency is stagnancy. It's growing still. It's allowing atrophy to have its way on you, and it's what results in you becoming stagnant, stultified, and decayed, right? That's complacency. What is contentment? Contentment is being grateful, present, and joyful where you are right now. And that has nothing to do with complacency. So what we want to strive for as business owners and business leaders is how can we be outrageously, remarkably joyful, present, cheerful, grateful where we are today, while simultaneously being driven and compelled and excited about a better future. But the thing that we've got to remember is contentment isn't around the corner, and therefore contentment is possible today. And if we can figure out and crack the code on everything that we possibly need is available to us here and now, oh my gosh. If we can get that truth sunk into our heart, the result is rest. The result is joy. The result is freedom. The result is peace. The thing that we need to remember is that there's a difference between creating margin and experiencing it.